Man, good morning, everybody. As I'm just chilling up here, and here is a very warm morning here in New York. I'm just chilling right now. First, I'm gonna do a shout out to one of my main guys. Okay, it wouldn't be me if I didn't do this for him because he came in here and say what's up to his boy Mace. So let me say what's up to him. It wouldn't be me if I didn't do this. Here we go. Oh, man, the Razorback himself. That's right, baby. Hog Suey, baby. You damn right. Let's get my man represented up here. Give me a second. Here we go. Little Rock. There you go. All right. Today I'm gonna talk about the Bengals, the Titans, the Ravens. I know a lot of people like to talk about the Ravens today, but we're going to start with the Raiders and get them out of the way. Look, Davante Adams laid the law back in April when he says he's not really feeling Josh McDaniels and our good friend, what's up, that boy? Yeah, we're doing the Bengals in a couple of minutes, so you can come up and talk about them. The Raiders, they're just a mess right now, man. They're just you don't know they're coming, they're going. I think the one good thing, though, for them is that Jimmy G is there. And you're wondering why I say that. Because he knows the system. It's the first system he ever been in his NFL career. It was in New England with Josh McDaniels. That's a big plus. But when Davante Adams is telling you that he's not feeling the quarterback or the coach, that is a problem ready to happen. It really is. That's a problem. And unless they get off to a good start, that is going to unfortunately escalate. It usually happens this way in sports. When when you have the best player on your team, which is Davante Adams, comes out of his mouth and he says, I'm not feeling the quarterback, I'm not feeling coach. Also, Josh Jacobs' word is, I'm going to find out more right now, that he has completely left Las Vegas. And, but this is why I got to say to guys like Saquon Barkley and Josh Jacobs. Maybe if you guys played a couple of consecutive seasons not getting, you get banged up. It's football, of course. It's part of the game. Okay? It's part of it. So, when it's it's what it is, you just have to roll with it. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, that boy, you want to pull up and talk about the Bengals, you can, fam. It is what it is. Okay. Right now, I got the Raiders last. I got them at 7-10 in the West. We're going to do the Chargers tomorrow, which is going to be fascinating conversation. The three biggest conversations I'm going to have up here for the rest of the week. Tomorrow morning, it's going to be the Chargers. It's going to be the Chargers tomorrow morning. Yeah, Iman. I know he signed for 117 mil this morning. You know, I'll do the Giants tonight. And you better be up here for the Giants, bro. I didn't do it last night because people came up. I'll make sure tonight I'll get all my thoughts and nobody comes up until I'm done. You can come up because we're talking about the Giants tonight. Everybody else, they're going to have to wait till I'm done. Back. Congratulations to Andrew Thomas and the Giants getting their people signed in. Like I was saying, I got the Raiders 7-10 in the West. I just don't see it for them. And you're going to have a disgruntled Josh Jacobs all year long. And he's going to report when he's ready. And just think the Raiders right now are messed. Yes, he did. Justin Herbert. We'll talk about this more tomorrow. You didn't hear Justin Herbert. $262 million. And get this. In 2025, he gets $100 million. You know what that tells you? I'll tell you what that tells you, folks. If the Chargers don't get it done, and I'm talking about get it done, get to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl. Just like the Dolphins. Them and the Dolphins are in the same boat. Now I'll talk about the Dolphins Friday afternoon when I get back getting my haircut. They're in the same boat. If they don't get it done, and when I'm talking about the Dolphins, folks, I'm talking about get a playoff win. The Chargers are more win the Super Bowl. Both of those franchises are in the boat together. If they don't win a championship, and more the Chargers win the Dolphins, if they don't win in the next 2 years, both of those teams are going to look very different in 2025. And that's why Justin Herbert is going to make $100 million in 25. Aaron Rodgers says he's not going to change his contract. And to make Woody Johnson happy, a playoff winner too, Aaron Rodgers will be the most highest paid player in one season next year, $107 million guaranteed. So, football salaries, especially for the quarterbacks, are getting out of control. To me, like I said before, for guys like Daniel Jones, Tua Tagovailoa, Kirk Cousins, they need the Josh Jacobs of the world, the Saquon Barkleys of the world. Okay, the group of quarterbacks on down need a running game. Boom, you got megastar talent like Rodgers, like Mahomes. Like I said to before I came on the air, who do you think in Kansas City the fans want to see and want to pay? Isaiah Pacheco or Patrick Mahomes? You tell me, okay? All right. So the Raiders, I got 7-10. I'll do the Chargers tomorrow morning. I'm only going to be on in the morning tomorrow. I won't do the evening. I'm going to take a night off and then get ready for Friday's monster show. And it's going to be big, both in the afternoon and the evening. Okay? And that is going to be fascinating. All right? Next, the Baltimore Ravens. All right, the Ravens did what they had to do. They pony up to Lamar. They got Lamar a couple of weapons, though I think the weapons are great now, really. I mean, like I said, Baltimore, they don't have Miami's receiving room. They don't even got the Broncos receiving room. And I did the Broncos last night. I'm going to do more of the Broncos this morning. They don't even have the Broncos receiving room. Okay? Media loves the Ravens. I don't know what it is about them. Because to me, the Ravens are so goddamn boring. They're one of when I see the Ravens in Tennessee, and there's another team, they are deaf to watch. The Giants are another one, deaf to watch. You're like, oh, I'm really watching this. New England's another one. There's certain teams that when you put them, if they're on your TV screen, turn the channel. Unless the opponent is good. I mean, those Steeler-Raven games put me to fucking sleep. Okay? You don't get it more boring than Steelers-Ravens. You know why the 49ers and Cowboys playoff game was good last year? Playing exactly like the Steelers and the Ravens. You know what the difference is? The Cowboys and the 49ers have star power out there. Ravens, to me, they got an old-ass Odell Beckham. They got some rookie from Boston College. Who the hell knows? You get what I'm saying? And they're in a very tough division. What I like about the scheduling by the NFL for the AFC North teams, they play each other 4 to 5 times. They play each other 5 times by week 11. And what do that mean? Well, if you're beating up each other for the first 11 weeks, that means you got games that you can easily win until you play your last opponent in your division. Cleveland plays Cincinnati week 18. Steelers play the Ravens. Turn the TV off. Okay. They can beat up on who they play after that. That's the point I'm making. That's the point I'm making. That's why, in my opinion, the AFC North has the potential to get that entire division in the playoffs. They're that good on both sides of the ball. I got the Ravens right now 10-7. I don't know where they go with that. But I think the Ravens are pretty good, but they're not as great as people think they are. Okay. That's what I think about the Baltimore Ravens. I mean, Lamar is paid. They should be happy. And it is what it is with the Ravens. It is what it is. Next, the Bengals. What do you want to say? What can you say? The Bengals are a top 3 team in the NFL now. They have an arsenal like no other. They have a megastar quarterback that is so cool. Reminds me a lot of Joe Namath. That's the cool side of it. And I saw Namath a little bit because he had the bad knees by the time I started watching football. And the Bengals just got it, folks. And they are a team, until recently, they've been chirping with Patrick Mahomes and what's our boy? Travis Kelce, Jamar Chase going after Patrick Mahomes. So, defending his boy Joe Burrow puts the money in his pocket since college. The Bengals are the Bengals, folks. What do you want me to say? To me, they're a little suspect defensively, but they're the Bengals. I mean, right now I got them 12-5, solid. But I'm going to go back to the team there's 3 sleeper teams I have, folks, that are flying under the radar. The Broncos, I did them last night. The team I'm going to talk about next before I get to the Titans. And a team I'm going to be talking about Friday afternoon up here. And I think the team that's going under the radar more than anybody else in the NFL, them and the Seahawks. And what's up? What's up, nephew?
What's going on with you?
Good, man. I
Yeah,
just finished talking about, I'm about to wrap up talking about your team, but I'll get deep into it with you in 2 seconds. Again, what can you say about the Bengals, folks? There's nothing you can say. Now they have to get back to the Super Bowl and get it done. And they are one of the few teams that If you say right now they're gonna hold the trophy in February, you just shrug your shoulders and go, "Yeah, I can see the Bengals very easily finally getting that Super Bowl chip that city deserves." I'd rather see the Reds win again if you put a gun to my head between the two teams, but
Mm.
the Bengals have been good the last 20 years. It's past this generation, folks. You just didn't realize it. They've been a fun team to watch. They play football the right way, which is they're very explosive, very entertaining, and no lead is safe against the Bengals. They'll come back at you. So I got the Bengals a solid 12-5 in the North. What do you think, that boy?
Yeah, I can see that. I definitely can see that. Their main competition in that division, I think, would be Baltimore.
Interesting. So you like the Ravens?
I do.
Okay. I'm not gonna give you no pushback. I gave the Ravens 10-7. You know, I'm gonna tell you who I think it is, and the team I'm gonna talk about right now, and then I'll get right back to you with the Bengals. Before I came up here this morning, the Cleveland media are in. They're not. Cleveland's different from the Dolphin media. Miami, they're delusional. They talk retarded. Their media is as fake as it's sunny outside right now and hot outside around the United States. In Cleveland, it's the opposite. Cleveland, they're very hard on their players and their athletes. And Deshaun Watson looks better than ever. And this is a team, and I'm going to do, since I got the NFL Sunday ticket now, I will do Bengals Browns opening day. And I want that boy to comment on this because the Browns, he likes the Ravens as his main competition. I'm going to ask him this right now. You're looking at the Browns, right, that boy?
Uh-huh.
They have the best offensive line in football.
Okay.
They got the best running back in football.
Yeah.
You can argue that they have the best defensive player in football, Myles Garrett. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They have a top 4 DB in Denzel Ward. Okay. Would you admit there is no excuse for Deshaun Watson not to win 11 games in Cleveland?
Yes.
There you go. Thank you. Folks, I think this team is the biggest threat to the Bengals because of everything I just said. Okay. Do I think they can beat Cincinnati? Yeah, because they've been winning in Cincinnati. The difference is the Bengals, they know how to get it done. And Deshaun is a leader of men. Joe Burrow got it. Would you agree with that boy?
Yes, sir.
Joe Burrow just got it, folks. The Bengals is one of the few teams in the NFL that if Patrick Mahomes is available right now, they'll say, no, I'm not interested. That's how great Joe Burrow is, folks.
It's definitely gonna be rough come that playoff scenario.
I think 3 teams will make it out of the North.
Yeah.
I think the Steelers have been slept on, bro.
Yeah.
They finally fixed their offensive line. My problem with Pittsburgh is, even though I like them, Pickett is not in the same league as the other 3 quarterbacks in that division. That's the problem for Pittsburgh.
He's not.
I mean, when one division got 3 of the top 8 quarterbacks on the planet, that is a very strong division. Bengals have it. Now, my question with you, that boy, I've been waiting for you to come back up here to ask you this. What did they do after the season, bro? You know they're going to play Burrow. They're going to pay Burrow. You know they're going to pay Chase.
Mm-hmm.
What happens to the other 2 receivers?
That's a great question. I don't know what they're gonna do. Like they're gonna keep one or the other. Now, which one is the question? I know there's been a lot of trade talk around T. Higgins. I would honestly see them get rid of Boyd before Higgins, but I don't know. That's the question.
I'm looking at that situation. Me and that boy said give him 3 more years. Remember we talked about that?
Yeah, yeah.
I still feel that way
I,
because they have the potential to win 2 chips right now. Would you agree with that?
yes, and it might still play out that way. They might re-sign Boyd and Higgins. Saying that is that Joe Mixon at this point would be the odd man out.
I'm looking at Cincinnati, folks, and I think it doesn't help that Herbert signed that mega deal yesterday. I don't think that helps because I know Joey says he'll take less, but sometimes most of the time, let me put it this way, unless you're Lamar Jackson, most of the time the agents make the decision for the players.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure that Joe got a call yesterday from his agent around 6:30 our time that Herbert just signed that monster deal. You
Right.
think?
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
I just think the Bengals have a very good problem to have, but it can be a little toxic this time, not this time, March of 2024.
Mm-hmm.
I think Mike Brown and his people, let me put it this way. If you're going to sign T. Higgins, do it now.
Right.
If you're going to sign Boyd, do it now. Because then if Higgins plays out of his mind, which I think he will, I think T. Higgins is one of the best receivers in football nobody talks about, bro.
I agree.
I think if T. Higgins went to most teams, he will be a number one.
Yes.
You know,
Absolutely.
he goes to the Giants. He's the best receiver they had since Odell.
Right.
He goes to Detroit. He's the best receiver since Megatron.
Right.
He goes to the Bears. He's the best receiver since Brandon Marshall. You getting
Oh,
the hit, folks?
indeed.
Higgins is that good, folks. I get a lot of pushback about T. Higgins. He's
Right.
that good. I mean, I think the Bengals, again.
And then you would have to sign and trade him because you wouldn't want him to go to the Bills and be on the other side of Stephon. You wouldn't want him to go to the Raiders, and be on the other side of Devontae. You would have to sign and trade if you're gonna do it.
I agree with that. Yeah, because you don't want him
in Kansas City. Oh my God,
the Jets.
the
Put
Jets.
him with Garrett Wilson.
Right.
Yeah. I'm telling you right now, folks, if I'm Mike Brown, because he controls everything in that franchise, him and his daughter,
Mm-hmm.
I will say right now, look, before opening day starts, we're going to sign one of you. Whoever takes our deal first, you're going to stay here. The other, I'm sorry.
Right.
Because this is going to get rough, folks, for the Bengals off season coming up. I mean, T. Higgins, I'll say it again. He goes to most of these teams in the league, folks. He's number one receiver in the room. And he's the best number two. That's why him and Chase and Boyd are the best trio in the sport. It's not even close.
Right. He's the missing piece to a lot of people's. Even if he was he landed in Tennessee, like that's basically giving them an offense.
Yeah, and I think Hopkins going to Tennessee was a brilliant move.
Right.
Because I'm gonna talk about Tennessee next. I just look at the Bengals right now and they got no holes. This team is complete. You can argue, folks. because they own the Chiefs. They're the best team in the AFC. If it wasn't for a dumb head call, they beat the Chiefs again.
Right.
Okay, folks. I mean, this. I mean, they are that good, folks. The Bengals.
Right.
Because when I look at the Chiefs, and I've always been saying this, you look at the Madden ratings in Kansas City, bro, it's going to blow your mind. Mahomes started out as a 96, and because the fans bitch, they put him in 99 last week.
Wow.
Kelsey's a 99, Mahomes is a 99, Chris Jones is a 96. After that, it is a major drop off.
Is he holding out?
Say again?
Is Jones holding out?
Yeah, he's holding out, yeah. You look at the Chiefs, folks. That's why Patrick Mahomes is the best in the world. That's why he's the best. I keep saying this. They have garbage on that team. Garbage. Okay? Garbage. And this man lifts the whole franchise up. That's what franchise quarterbacks do. They won a Super Bowl this past year without Tyreek Hill. Okay? And like I said, good morning, Raven. And like I said, Mahomes, you can say what you want. Friday afternoon, he's going to be part of the teams I go. I don't give a damn what these delusional Miami Dolphin fans think. Mahomes is as great as it gets. And that is no knock on Joe Burrow, because if you look at Joe Burrow's last 4 years as a football player, LSU, with the Bengals, nobody on earth other than Rodgers, because he had 2 MVPs in the same span, and Mahomes has played better on the planet than Joe Burrow.
Right.
Okay. Joe Burrow, goddamn, did the Bengals make probably the greatest choice they've ever made in their lives, bro. Mike Brown. No question. And imagine, think about this. If Tua never got hurt, he probably would have took Tua at number 1. Think about it. And with that offensive line, the way it's played, Tua would have been killed in Cincinnati, bro.
Yeah.
This tells you the special talent and how great Joe Burrow it really is, folks. I look at the Bengals again. I think that only Kansas City's in their way for them maybe starting their own dynastic period, as crazy as they may sound. So the Bengals, like I've been saying up here, they have no flaws. They're as good as it is. You know what I'm saying? I know you love what I'm saying, but I'm telling the truth.
Indeed.
So the Bengals, I got 12-5 winning that division. Cleveland, I got 11-6, 10-7. And then I think everybody else, Pittsburgh, I got at 10-7. The Ravens, I got 10-7. So I got the Bengals winning that division. That's good, just what it is. All right, folks, Tennessee, this team fascinates me now. And the football people are not happy with DeAndre Hopkins because he chose money, catches, and passes thrown at him than playing for Bill O'Brien again. Have to listen to his dumbass. Okay. I got Tennessee winning this division, period. As much as I love Trevor Lawrence, Tennessee will win this division one last time. Because now you got the power of Derrick Henry and the greatness of DeAndre Hopkins. Hopkins will make everybody better in the offense. Derrick Henry now knows he has a guy out there that will open up space for him to rumble on people. I think Henry is motivated. I think Tennessee is motivated. And you know what the problem in Tennessee is? We all know it's quarterback. He's good enough to win the division, but he ain't gonna get you anywhere.
Tannehill gonna be back under center again.
Yeah,
Okay.
from last year. I just look at the Tennessee Titans, folks. They're very underrated defensively because nobody knows them. That's a fact.
And who did they draft? They drafted Levis, didn't they?
Yeah, and they love Levis, by the way. There are even rumblings that if this doesn't get off to a great start, they will pull him for Levis. That's how much they like Levis down there. How could you not like arm talent? You know, it's the same thing I'm going to say Friday night about Jordan Love. And I got an interesting story about one Matt LaFleur Friday night when I talk about the Green Bay Packers. And it's going to tell you something about Aaron Rodgers also. Like I've been saying, I had a grinder up here yesterday, and it was a Jet Fest, but he said the same thing I've been saying. He said, I cannot believe as great of a player Aaron Rodgers is, the Green Bay fans are glad he's gone. Bro, I tried to tell you this, Vader. You thought I was nuts. They don't miss him.
It's amazing. I don't, and this is the second time now because they did the same thing to Favre. They didn't miss Favre either when he left. So it's like Green Bay is just one of those weird places where you have great quarterbacks. They leave and they don't even blink an eye. That's unbelievable.
Folks, I had Prince Pierre up there about a month and a half ago. He was up. He said, Mace, I just came from Wisconsin, man. Those people are putting love on a pedestal. And if you even mention Rodgers, everyone's rolling their eyes at you. It just goes to show you, folks, it's about the way you treat people and the way you carry yourself. You look at Aaron right now. We was talking about this yesterday up here. Yesterday, 24 hours ago. He's having the time in his life in New York. They love him here. And all the Jet fans ask from him is to get them to a playoffs and win one playoff game. And he would have done his job. Fascinating, the difference of fan bases, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got Tennessee going 10-7, bro, and winning that division because Hopkins makes the difference. Even though I'm gonna do the Jaguars tomorrow, I heard Calvin Ridley is in the best shape of his life, and he looks awesome, bro. And we'll talk about the Jaguars tomorrow. Them, the Chargers, and somebody else I'm gonna do tomorrow. It's just amazing how with football, you just don't know, man. That's why I love the game so much. How you been, man?
I'm good.
I'm glad to hear that, man.
How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Schedule another after dark show, Mason. I'll do it tonight. I got you tonight, Raven. Let me go here with you because I have been watching them a little bit, and you know who I'm talking about. How good is Dela Cruz?
If I had more of a sample size, I would say great. I'll say good for now. He's doing like it's surprising how good the Reds are. Nobody believes that.
All that talent, man.
Yeah. I don't know how they did it. I don't know I don't know how they did it. It had to be the Reds always do it through their farm system, but just for them to retool like that, and it's how fast they did it is incredible.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that owner, that clown who blasted the fans? What was it? 2 years ago, 3 years
Yeah.
ago? You hear him now?
No, I didn't. I didn't hear
Oh
it.
God, this clown! I cannot pronounce his name. 2 weeks ago, this man is not only praising the fans in Cincinnati, because if you haven't been watching, you look at the Red games, folks, at home, it's packed houses again. And it's great to see. I mean, baseball, I'm looking at the Orioles right now.
Uh,
What a renaissance that is in Baltimore, folks.
right.
You know, they're
Much
going to
needed
go
too.
very hard after Otani this weekend and by the deadline, okay? Reds are in this too, by the way. Just to let you know, the Reds are in on Otani too. Because the only thing the Angels won is prospects. I'm looking at the Reds right now, and I know the Brewers are good. I know they're playing the Brewers right now. The Brewers are always that team that's good enough to get to the World Series, but they never do. I don't know why. By the way, do you like those new black unis?
Yes.
Yes. They're
Yeah.
nice, bro.
It,
They're nice.
reminds me of '98.
Yeah, man. They're nice, man. My favorite red uniform was, uh, I think it was like 10 years ago when they had the red alternates.
Uh,
Yeah, the Barry Larkin one.
yeah.
They made a Barry Larkin even though he retired. They made it because he made the Hall of Fame.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
My favorites will always be the early '90s pullovers. Those are my favorites.
Yeah, the Pete Rose jerseys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Johnny Bench has to say jerseys. You know. Great to see Johnny Bench at the Hall of Fame on Sunday. Because they named a warship after Cooperstown, and when you walk in the door, you got all the Hall of Fame jerseys, all the players who made the Baseball Hall of Fame, and Johnny Bench is the guy who they wanted to represent that ship, and Johnny, was very touched by that, and Johnny visited the battleship, and folks, I don't speak on this much. That boy knows what I'm about to say. Probably, definitely top 3 baseball players I ever seen my own eyes in my life. Johnny Bench, there will never be another Johnny Bench, folks. I don't give a damn about Pudge Rodriguez. There will never be another Johnny Bench.
I was thinking Mike Piazza, but it didn't pan out.
Who, Piazza? Piazza was great. He made the Hall of Fame. Piazza was, what I love about Piazza? He was always a threat in the lineup. I like Mikey P, bro. He was a hell of a slugger for a catcher.
Yeah, he was.
But he wasn't benched though. I mean,
I take your word for it. I didn't see Bench play, so I'll take your word for it. Like,
well, the city you live in should tell you all you need.
yeah, that's all I ever hear of his. I hear the greatness. I've never seen it, so I just got to take people's word for it. Johnny Bench was that good. Okay,
He was that good, bro. He was that great, bro. I mean, every time I mention the Immortals, he's right there at the very, 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 very. I put him over Roof, bro.
yeah.
I never saw Roof.
The best. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, the best catcher I ever seen in my lifetime was Pudge. So he greater than Pudge. Okay.
Oh yeah, even Pudge admits it. Yeah, Johnny, until that knee went out. Even Pete Rose said it. Pete Rose said we weren't anything until we got Johnny Bench.
Mm-hmm.
And then they got Perez, and that's when they took off. When they got Morgan and Perez, that's when the Reds became the big red machine. Yeah. And I feel bad for Cincinnati because nothing against Tom Benjinger, but like I said, Larkin and Davis. Davis was a great player, folks. Injuries should cost him, but Eric Davis was a great player.
He was my favorite of that team, the Nasty Boys.
Yeah, I'm very glad Eric Davis won a championship.
Mm.
He was that great of a player. I was a big Eric Davis guy. I loved Davis until I put my eyes on in my opinion, the greatest shortstop who ever played the game in Barry Larkin, bro. I remember that night I shut Manzano up because you know me, I like to talk about the great players. And I said, Manzano, read the next quote. Was you up here for that?
I was up here, yeah. I remember that.
And inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 2012. Stay quiet.
Very lucky, man. No doubt. But
What made Larkin great for me, honestly, was his leadership. And I know a lot of people talk about Jeter. I would put A-Rod when he was a shortstop at the time in the 90s. I would put him in the same category because A-Rod was great at shortstop before they moved him to third. Nomar Garcia Parra was great too. That's bad. Nomar had too much of an ego, and that's why he didn't win anything. But the point I'm saying is that I've never seen a shortstop in my life when I first saw Barry Larkin, who was a 5'2" shortstop. I was like, wow. And I said, Cincinnati got a kid like this.
yeah. Yeah, it's surprising for Barry. Like usually, like somebody of Barry Larkin's stature in sports is a more boastful personality, more cocky,
Yes.
more arrogant.
Yeah.
One of the quietest, humblest dudes ever. Like, it's amazing.
Yeah, Dame Lillard in the NBA is like this, folks. You
Yeah.
know, he's a leader of men. The only thing missing with his career is a ring. If he had a ring, he'd be with Barry Larkin right now. One of the great leaders of all time. You know, these players don't come every day, folks. You know who has that? You know who has that type of stature, bro?
Who
And I
is that?
told you this, Jordan Love.
Yeah.
Jordan Love is all business. He doesn't fool around. And he told what's our guy who's the receiver there, number 9? Oh damn! I keep forgetting his name. Watson.
Okay.
He told Watson, look, I can't throw you the football when you don't work out with me and Dobbs. I can't and the rookie. I can't throw you the football, bro, because you're not around. You know, you come around and you show up. Then if we get a rhythm together, you can get your balls. Until then, I'm not throwing you anything because you don't know what we're doing. Now they're on the same page. But that's the point, folks. Would you rather have a quarterback like, and this is going to get you mad. Did you want a quarterback like Carson Palmer? Or do you want a quarterback like, I'm going to name a good quarterback, but he's rah-rah. Oh, this is going to piss you off. Or would you rather have Boomer Esiason? You saw them both. You tell us. I'm serious, that boy. You tell us.
Say that one more time.
Would you rather have a quarterback like Carson Palmer, or would you rather have a quarterback like Boomer Esiason?
It's a great question.
Because these are polar opposites of quarterbacks.
That's a great question. As crazy as it is, I'd rather have Boomer, man.
Okay, you like the rah-rah leadership.
Yeah, man. Like, and you know, he was getting it done in the '80s.
I'll take Carson Palmer
Yeah.
because one thing about Carson I love about him, and folks, I was a big Carson Palmer fan. What I love about Carson Palmer is he doesn't need to talk. His talent speaks for itself.
Right.
I mean, when you hear Huspenzada, you hear Ochocinco. God bless Chris Henry's soul. God took him away too soon. When you talk to those two guys, the first thing they say, Carson was the man. There's a reason why they say that, folks.
Yeah.
Because Carson wasn't into that penal colony shit with going on there back then.
Right. Right.
He just did his job and went home.
He wasn't into none of the shenanigans, sure.
Yes.
Not Chad. He wasn't, but man, Chad. That
Yes.
was his major headache was Chad.
Yeah. Yeah. While Boomer Esiason would have been mixed up with these clowns. Because Boomer likes to hear himself talk.
Yes,
Boomer would have been confronting Ocho Cinco every day. They'd be
right,
clashing heads.
right. Headline news.
Exactly. You know? And that's the point we're talking about with the Barry Larkins, the Damon Lillards. They don't get involved in this dumb shit.
They
When
don't.
they walk into the room, folks, you know who the leader of the ship is. Okay? You know who it is. And that's what you want in your quarterback. I mean, do you think, and this is no knock on him, but this is a fact. If I am, see, the problem with the Saints, they don't got nobody, but Kamara's falling off with his legal problems, even though he got off. I'll give you a perfect example of this. Do you think Matthew Stafford, folks, players follow his lead? The answer is no. He didn't even get the Super Bowl MVP. Okay? You think, let me name you another quarterback. Do you think people are going to follow Mac Jones' lead in New England? Hell no. But I'll tell you one thing, they're going to follow Joe Burrow's lead. They're going to follow Deshaun Watson's lead. Deshaun Watson is the perfect quarterback. What we're talking about, I love God proves it, is Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson's all business, folks. Okay? Those guys are the type of quarterbacks you want leading your franchise. Mahomes, all business. Herbert, all business. There's a reason why all these quarterbacks are at the top of their sport, folks.
Right.
Aaron Rodgers, all business. Even though he can have fun with the guys because he's so great. But when it, like he said the other day, when it comes to his job, it's all business. You don't want your quarterback laughing it up with the guys. That's not a good look.
Traditionally, I think that perception is getting broken. It will be broken here in a while, where the quarterback would just be one of the guys, because that's what Burrow is, man. That's why a part of his appeal, just one of the guys, man.
Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Yeah, I mean Burrow's something else, man. I mean, he just got it, bro.
And Mahomes too. Like Mahomes, there's no separation between him and the team. He's just one of the guys.
You know, well, Mahomes, and I'm gonna praise him Friday afternoon up here. He's just the dude, bro. Mahomes is just so special. I mean, they just don't make it like Mahomes, man. Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, that schedule was unbearable, man. I think it's like 5, 6 primetime games, man. I'm actually nervous for the Bengals.
Let me pull it up right now.
That schedule is no hope at all. The Chiefs again, the Bills again. Like,
Well, that's what happens when you're always in first place, man.
no doubt, no doubt. It's gonna take some getting used to for sure. But
Oh yeah, I know. Oh man, you're right about that. I know. You're not used to it yet.
no,
Damn.
3, 4 primetime games, man. The top teams every year. No, I'm not used to that yet.
That's what happens when you have a franchise quarterback and you have an arsenal around him. Mike Brown and his staff, I've been saying it, folks, last 20 years been hitting it with the draft. Before, they were the worst drafting team you ever seen.
Yeah.
All right. Bengals at Cleveland, the Ravens, the Rams, Super Bowl rematch on Monday Night Football. They should kill the Rams that night. At Tennessee, at Arizona, Seattle, their buys week 7. At Frisco, the Bills, Houston. At Baltimore, Pittsburgh. At Jacksonville, the Colts, Minnesota. At Pittsburgh. At Kansas City, the Browns. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. To me, the only gimme game in that schedule is Arizona. Just give me one quick second. I'll be right back with you. You can talk to the audience if you want.
What's going on, chat? Check in with y'all. What's good, Raven? Lamar.
Okay, I just said I counted the Bengals. I was sorry, I was muted. I counted the Bengals primetime games. They got four of them, but their afternoon 4 o'clock game, 4:30 games are very interesting. The rate with the Chiefs, they got them at 4:30. Um, I believe they also play the. Let me take a look again. The Bengals. I'll let you know. But they got 4 night games this year. They should have more. I mean, let me see. Four. Oh, San Francisco's a 4:30 game. That's a big game. That's week 8. They got Buff when they come off their bye. They're at San Francisco and they got the Bills.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough this year.
But when you have that quarterback and they got the Steelers at 4:30. So they got 4:30 games this year, the Bengals. So
Nah, it ain't gonna be a gimme. They get back to the Super Bowl.
I would agree with that. No else, because I had a buddy who was a Bengals fan. You know what I also liked about the Bengals? They would tell you in advance what color jerseys they're wearing at home.
Yeah.
I don't see them doing that this year. Maybe they'll add it in the site later, but I did like that.
Yeah.
I used to like that. Yeah, because my buddy was a Bengal fan, and he used to look at the schedule, and they choose the colors, what jerseys they're wearing. Oh, let me ask you this: are the Bengals still a mom pop organization?
Yes, for the most part.
Yeah, like what I'm trying to say is that they still treat them that way, the fans. And how do the fans feel about the Brown family now? Last couple of years.
It's a better perception of them. Well, the last 10 or 20. It was getting to the point in the 90s where if they left, nobody would care.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe the madness that Marvin Lewis brought in, maybe that saved Cincinnati, if you think about it long and hard.
Yeah, it did. I would definitely agree with that.
I mean, damn, even Andy Dalton in his young years, folks, first 5 years of Dalton's career, the Bengals were exciting with AJ Green.
Yeah. Yeah. 08 was looking promising. Jay Gruden had Dalton looking like an MVP candidate. It was ridiculous.
You telling the truth. That's why I'm laughing. The reason why I knew that was because I used to pick the Bengal players in fantasy football back in those days, man. And when they got Dalton and Green, I tried it out. And I said, oh, these guys, this is a good combo.
Right.
So a part of my heart I have for Andy Dalton, bro. He just can take you so far, but
Right.
he couldn't get you to the next level. We all know Joe Burrow got you guys to the next level. That's what I was talking to you about. Yeah, you talked about the schedule before my mom called, but also about the Reds. Yeah, man. I think it's great for baseball, and the Reds are good, bro. I do. I just to see that ballpark packed again. It's nice.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And I know the fans love these young guys because these young guys are electrifying, man. I mean, the Reds is just something, bro. I mean, I'm glad to see them back in contention. And the good thing is St. Louis is in last place, so you won't have to worry about St. Louis.
Indeed.
Cardinals, wow, that's a situation. So let me ask you this. No team worries you, right?
No, there's a couple teams that worry.
No, tell us.
Baltimore, like I said, Baltimore being one of them.
Okay.
It's always the Chiefs out there. Chargers, it's hard for them to get into the playoffs.
Tells you about poor coaching, right? I had Q up here last night killing Brandon Staley, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be doing that tomorrow, killing Brandon Staley, bro. You talk about idiot as a head coach. There you go.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
I didn't
it's
even
just
see that. I didn't even see that San Francisco game. I forgot all about that. Apparently,
yeah, San
I ran.
Francisco
I
week
checked the
8.
schedule a couple times.
Yeah, San Francisco's week 8 after the bye. You go to San Francisco, and then you go to and then Buffalo comes to you in that rematch.
Right. And then see and the Bengals are known for losing most of their West Coast games.
I think it's going to be a little different for you this time. I do.
Hopefully.
And you got the best. Let me put it this way. Offensively, very few teams on the planet can match you, bro.
Right. Outside of San Fran and Purdy's looking like, man, a baby Burrow, man. So that's gonna be a good game.
Yeah. You guys love the dancing man, your coach clubbing all the time.
Yeah, yeah. We actually got a coach young enough to club. Like, uh,
If you don't know, Bengals head coach Zach Taylor admitted 2 years ago that after games when they're home, he's going to a club that he likes, and he's always clubbing.
oh yeah, man. He's quickly becoming the king of Mount Lookout, man.
Yeah, and when you're a good-looking man, which he is, a young man, and you're winning in that city, you could do whatever the hell you want. Real talk. Looking at some shots of the Bengals website.
Mhm.
Remember, Burrow missed training camp last year. He had the appendix.
Yeah, he did.
You know, this year he's healthy. And I'll tell you one thing about Cincinnati, folks. They are motivated. And the best thing, and Jim Nance said this too a couple of months ago on Rich Eisen when the schedule came out. The best thing for the Bengals, they get the Chiefs at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So all year they will be motivated to crush every team in their way
Right.
until they get to the Chiefs.
No doubt.
And that's just the warm-up, folks. That's the warm-up.
Right. And they're quickly becoming more professional. Like their indoor facility is finished now. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, look at the way Mike Brown looked at it, okay? Look at the way he looked at it. My team is cheap. My team is not as good. Why should I invest in these clowns? That's the way Mike Brown was looking at it for years. Remember, we was up here doing the Super Bowl 2 years ago, and I told you something. He was sitting in a luxury suite by himself, and I said to you, Dad, look at his face. He knows now he has a friend. Finally, he got the right QB. Folks, Bengals haven't had a real QB. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I'm sorry I said that. Since the Bengals drafted Carson Palmer, they are like the Packers East in the Midwest. They have got lucky with the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Dalton, Carlson, Palmer, Dalton, and now Burrow. They got lucky. So Mike Brown is hit it. Remember, Dalton was a second-round pick. He took A.J. Green at 11 in the 2000. He took A.J. Green at 4 in the 2011 draft. Then he got Dalton in the second round. So the Bengals have been very consistent at what they've been doing the last 20 years. That 2003 team, Corey Dillon's last year there, folks, I remember the day when the Chiefs were 11-0. And Chad Johnson said, we will beat the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And they blew the Chiefs out of Cincinnati.
That was the start.
That was the beginning. Yes, sir. Yep. And, we were waiting for them. I think, honestly, when they were in New England, and it was the first time I saw Carson Palmer, was that game in New England, late in the 2004 season.
Uh-huh.
And he got cheap shotted by the Patriot. I think it was by Richard Seymour. Cheap shot his knee, knocked him out for the season. You guys barely missed the playoffs. I knew then, you guys, finally, I mean this. The Bengals, folks, you got to look at the Bengals and the Seahawks. You look at their timeline, eerily similar. People don't realize it because they're all focused on Dallas and New England.
Mm-hmm.
These two franchises, folks, under the radar have been great the last 20 years. If you're a Bengal fan, you should be proud. I mean, everybody have ups and downs. The Bengals had it once Dalton lost it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Both of these franchises, eerily, very similar, giving their fans a great 20-year run. I mean, you guys don't know out there, football fans. I mean, you look at the Dolphins situation. I'm going to do that Friday afternoon up here. That has been a disaster the last 23 years, okay? And I'll do that Friday afternoon up here. That has been the Titanic, the Hindenburg combined. Okay? And I'll do that Friday afternoon for you. You look at the Seahawks, you look at the Bengals. That's what you call consistent. And the main reason why? Dalton, Palmer, Burrow, in Seattle, Hasselbeck, Russell Wilson. We all know Geno's a stopgap. The next guy they get in next year's draft. That's how you do it, folks. You give your fans something to be proud of. And folks, let me tell you something. The Bengals 20 years ago to when Andy Dalton became the quarterback. So you take the first 7 years of Ocho Cinco in Cincinnati, that franchise, as good as it was, and it was fun and entertaining, that was a Pinot colony.
Yeah.
That is one NFL team, folks. The inmates ran the asylum. Okay?
Highly entertaining, but yeah.
You are absolutely correct. Highly entertaining, but well, let me ask you, which team you found more? I'm not going to count the Dalton team. What team you found more entertaining, Chad's or what you have now?
I would say what I have now.
Okay.
All right, what the Bengals have now is more entertaining because it's more consistent. Like there's a lot of great talent that didn't see it through in those Carson Palmer years. Like all that chaos killed Odell Thurman's career.
Yeah.
David Pollack went out early with injury. There was a lot of missed out opportunities with that team.
Yeah, I agree. They were more, to me, they were fun. And I'm going to come out and say it. Because those guys act like brothers. I didn't use the N-word. They acted like what real brothers act like. Starting with Chad Johnson.
Right.
They were entertaining. They were fun. But this team here, it's a generation gap too. That was Generation X. These guys here are millennials.
Mm-hmm.
These Bengals guys are Generation Z. And what did that mean? These Bengal guys now, this new generation of football players are about their money and their brand. Back then, players acted goofy for the cameras.
Right.
You can't make this shit up, man. So you like the 12-5?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, 12-5. Like, it's right there where they should be.
Yeah, they could be better,
Mhm.
but I think that division's too tough.
Right.
You know, one of the few teams who ran that division has been the Bengals.
Right.
The 2009 Bengals went 6-0 in that division. And I think another year, I think Dalton ran that division one year too,
Mhm.
when they were good, back in the early 2010s. So, you know,
And I think, and the league knows what they're doing. Like they're stacking the deck against Burrow because if he does pull away, he's got to win MVP this year.
it's something I always say up here, man. The NFL's dream of quarterback, and guys don't understand this. There is a reason, folks. I kill him every day. I'm going to kill him tonight. There's a reason why the Daniel Joneses of the world, the Matt Ryans of the world got paid the money they got paid in their career, what they get paid. The reason is that is the type of quarterback every owner wants in the NFL. And it's not about winning or losing, it's about image. The Giants love Daniel Jones. Why? His image. He's t-shirt and blue jeans, your all-American white guy. He's clean cut, and he doesn't get into the shenanigans like the brothers do in the locker room. That's why his teammates love him. Okay? Matt Ryan, all business. Matty Ice. That's who he is. That's who he was. And that's what he's always going to be in Atlanta. Matty Ice. But Matt Ryan is your corporate American guy. Looks great in the suit, clean cut, family man. You really think the NFL likes Joe Burrow, folks, who acts like the brothers do? No! You think they like Travis Kelce? No! Why do you think George Kittle get a lot of love? Because he's what they want.
I never thought about it like that.
Yeah. Little Rock. Yeah. Seriously. They used to like Tua. They don't like Tua. Why? He's too goody-goody. Well, I could do better today, but it's about the team, so... No, they don't like that. Miami, they do because they're stupid down in Miami. Everywhere else, they know what he is. And that's not dog him, because I had to say it last night. Tua is a good player. The problem with Tua is, in my opinion, is he doesn't move the needle. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Joe Burrow moves the needle. The top 8 quarterbacks in the NFL are my rankings. They all move the needle. Burrow, Rodgers, Mahomes, Sunshine, Herbert, who's as boring as shit in the toilet, and he is that boring. Lamar, Deshaun, and there's one more in the top 8 on the AFC, ironically. Why? Those guys bring it every week. You don't keep your eyes off of them. Even Kirk Cousins, even though Kirk Cousins is all right, Kirk Cousins is entertaining.
Would you say Josh Allen moves the needle?
That's it, Josh Allen. I forgot about Josh. There goes the top 8 right there, Josh Allen. Those guys move the needle. Cousins, believe it or not, moves the needle because one way or another, either he's going to win the game or he's going to find a way to F up the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But guys like Derek Carr, he's good, folks. Problem is, he's going to have to redo his image a little bit. Because what Josh McDaniels did to him is spitting in his face. Told that nigga after week 15, you're out of here. There's just some quarterbacks that move the needle, and there's some quarterbacks that don't.
Right.
But like I was saying, Kittle, they love him. Why? Biker gang image as a tight end. They love him. You know, Travis Kelce, you gotta give the brothers the man his due, but he acts too black. That's why his teammates love him. But in reality, you know, and the only reason why he's getting commercials now, folks, and Kelsey's ever, because Kelsey's a winner. He's not Gronk, but he's a winner. Kelsey's damn good, folks. I love Kelsey. But these are the reasons why it's all about image. Like Grinder said yesterday, the Shield. Tom Brady, as he was too secluded. You know, when it comes to winning championship, yeah, you want Brady as your quarterback. Other than that, you want nothing to do with him. Do you see Tom Brady anywhere now? No, because he doesn't have the persona that the NFL and corporate America loves. You know, Brady's Brady. Yeah, I hate to say this, but Tom Brady's above it all. It's just what it is. He's bigger than the NFL. NFL knows that, so they go, you know what, Tom? You do whatever you want, man. You want to come back, whatever you want to do. We're just going to leave you alone. You good with that? Tom Brady said, hell yeah. Josh Allen. Oh, yeah, they love Josh Allen. Just look at the arm. Just look at that arm, baby. You know who else they would like? And we have to see him come back this year. They like Brock Purdy also. It's a good story.
Right. They do.
They like Brock Purdy. And they like Geno Smith, believe it or not. All the shit Geno's been through, all the NFL loves him. Works hard, team player, never causes problems. He learned his lesson being a goddamn journeyman. Oh, yeah, the NFL likes Geno Smith. Yes, they do. And then certain guys don't fit the Shield's image. They love Rodgers to death. You know that. But Burrow, no. No. I mean, you really think they want the Bengals in the bowl, folks? And him wearing a fur coat holding up the trophy with his hot girlfriend? No.
But it's the Joe Namath effect. They loved it then. That's why I don't get it.
We've changed as a nation the last 55 years. That's what it is. Nephew, we changed a lot, man.
We have.
It's more like I'm going to clean it up. You brothers stay over there. Our boys, we'll pick who our boys are, and they're going to be over here. But I'm going to tell you boys something right now. This is to the white guy. If you act like them, you're over there with them. Why the hell you think, and all the black players complained about this 6-7 years ago, why do you think they let Gronk have his Gronk cruise? And you know how sick that was. Use your imagination, folks. But when the guy from the Vikings many years ago did his cruise, he got in trouble.
Yeah, he did. Absolutely. That's a great point, huh?
Mount McKinney that used to play for the Miami Hurricanes, the big 6'8" tackle. When he had his boat thing, he got in trouble. Well, they got suspended. Well,
absolutely, they did.
Gronk had his craziness, and everybody celebrated it. Look what the NFL did for Gronk, and they're gonna do for Gronk this year. Do you hear what the Gronk is gonna have this year, bro?
No, I didn't.
He's gonna have just a crazy Super Bowl party in one of these hotels in Vegas, bro. I think it's, women get in free, of course. Bro, you're talking, I think it's like $50K to get in, bro.
I bet it is.
And guess who's sponsoring it?
Who?
The NFL. Why? Because underneath all Gronk's goofiness, Gronk is a businessman and Gronk is a good dude. That's why the NFL loves Gronk.
And he plays the part. Him and Jimmy. Like
Exactly.
Jimmy could be surrounded by porn chicks.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing happens. Like he's the coolest dude on the planet. Like
it's true, bro. I heard shit about Jimmy G about how he never returns phone calls to his coaches. That he doesn't give an F what's going on. They know he's at his mansion. If you didn't hear, when he became a Raider, he got a lifetime pass to the Bunny Ranch.
Okay? Wow.
Jimmy knows where his priorities land.
Wow. So he could just kick it at the Bunny Ranch and just wow. That's unbelievable.
And you wonder why people, his teammates, adore him. It's because what happens after games? Everybody's gonna hook up at Jimmy's.
Right. Party at Jimmy's all the time. Especially in Vegas. That's gonna be bananas, bro.
Oh man. It's true what I'm telling you, folks. Certain guys fit the NFL's image as a person, and then other guys, they like looking. Wait till Travis Kelce retires, how they're gonna treat him, bro. Wait till he retires, and you're gonna see how they're gonna treat him, bro. He'll get his ceremony. Goodell will give him something nice, but once that is over, Kelce, they're gonna be looking at him sideways, bro. They're gonna be, hey Travis, you sure you think you can fit in with us, man? I mean, every time we see you, you're over there with them. And that's who you mess with, right, Travis? That's how they look at you, bro. If you don't stay loyal, bro, they don't want you.
And I've always thought that they have more respect for Tony Gonzalez still.
Yeah. Because Tony Gonzalez kept it real. He stayed in line. That's the code for, I'll come out and say this. He'll go out to say it. I'll come out and say it. He married one of his tribe, and they like that. When you be trying to be one of us, I'm talking about black guys, and you're white, they look at you strangely. And we're not talking about, folks, if you're wondering what we're talking about how these owners look at players. Russell Wilson, why he was so loved? Let's just call it like it is. Russell's a coon. Okay? And they love coons in the NFL. When you're Eric Bieniemy and you're hood, nobody wants to hire you.
Right.
You know why Ron Rivera hired him? Answer's easy. Ron Rivera. Rivera is Mexican. Took him forever to get a job. He feels Bieniemy's pain. Gave him assistant head coach, and he does all the offense by himself. He's not even going to bother him. That's called minorities, people of color sticking together. Okay? Ron knows that he needs Bieniemy more than Bieniemy needs him. Okay?
Now with Magic Johnson in the front office, like
I was about to say that next. Did you see that last weekend, bro? How they partied in DC? They had to close the city down, man.
yeah.
Magic put in $1 billion of his own money, folks. Like he said, it's about he only wants to deal with winners. And there is a lot of rumblings. Magic didn't want to say it. The owner didn't want to say it. I got a good feel they're gonna go back to the Redskins. And that's good because I always call them the Redskins. I don't call them the Washington football team and the Commanders. Hell no.
Right.
No, I'm not doing that, bro. F that. They're the Redskins. But what I just told you, folks, are facts. That's how owners in the NFL look at you. If you're Russell Wilson, and I love Russ to death, you're a coon, they accept you. But if you're Chad Johnson, look at Chad now, folks. He can't get a job in the league. He's doing flag football. Do you think Chad wants to do flag football?
Right. In soccer.
Yeah. He's commenting on the World Cup. You think, hey, I know he loves that. That man should be in some studio in the NFL breaking down games. But NFL don't want you when you act like Chad Johnson. And to me, Chad Johnson was refreshing. Morning, Nicer. Chad Johnson was refreshing. We need more Chad Johnsons in the league.
Right.
I mean, now, you know, you get, well, it depends on what team. When our guy, who's your receiver in Cincinnati? Not Higgins, the other one.
Chase.
When he's doing the gritty after a touchdown, that's entertaining.
Yeah.
When Justin Jefferson is doing, that's entertaining. But when Mike Gesicki does it, it makes white boys look as bad as they are. They can't dance for shit. Okay. Travis Kelce and his stupidness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just what it is. You know, and it's fun, but owners look at you. Now, the only reason why Lamar Hunt, not Lamar Hunt, God bless his soul, Clark Hunt lets Kelce get away with his foolishness because he's the best tight end in the sport. And they're on the verge of a dynasty, folks. So he could do whatever he wants, Travis Kelce. And he's the best in the business at what he does. Okay? He can do what he wants to do out there because he produces every week. What's good, CB? Good morning, fam.
It was good with y'all in the chat.
Yeah, everybody in the chat. Good morning to everybody. It's almost 12 noon Eastern time. And yes, we'll do the Dolphins on Friday afternoon, folks. That is going to be fascinating.
No doubt. I can't wait for that one.
That is going to be a fascinating conversation I'm going to have up here. And my brother in the chat, CB83, will be my special guest up here. And I get the feeling that me and my brother have finally a meeting of the minds about this franchise. Again, folks, the ineptitude got to stop sooner or later with Miami. It has to. It really has to. Tua Leroy, 82. Yeah, I gave him his props last night. Oh, no problem, bro. I saw you was on, and I just came through to give you your cigars, bro. I don't do that flower shit for men. Men get cigars, bro. No problem, bro. You know, not a problem. I appreciate you very much, man. I really do, bro. I mean, he'll be my special guest Friday afternoon. Talking to my nephew here, that boy Vader, big Bengals fan.
Indeed.
I agree about the
And
Dolphins. I agree. Yeah, man. Hey, Dak, really, you've been great this morning, man.
thank
You always good, bro. And I love the fact that in our sector of YouTube, everybody calls me Uncle Mace. I appreciate that.
you. No doubt. We
I do
appreciate you, man.
appreciate it. You've been an uncle last 32 years. All right, I'll drop the link. Thank you, nice. What I was gonna say to you, family. Oh yeah, yeah. It was great having this guy up here yesterday with the Jets take. That was great too. You know, had him last night up here. I mean, yesterday afternoon. Grinder, shout out to Grinder, and he's in ecstasy right now with the Jets, bro. And I don't blame him. I really don't blame him. You know what I'm saying? But getting back to the Bengals real quick. Yeah, you should be. I know how you feel. You said that you're a little worried, anxious because you're right at the pinnacle, bro. You are.
Mm.
You are, bro. While me, on the other hand, with the Dolphins, bro, I'm like, bro, I have to deal with their ineptitude, bro. What's gonna happen this time? What excuses that their fan base? All right, bro. Definitely come up Friday. Definitely pull up Friday afternoon, bro. I should be back from getting my hair cut and shaved, bro. About 12:30. I'll start the I already dropped it in already. It's already up. So yeah, we'll do that, bro. Tired of the ineptitude down in Miami is ridiculous, bro. It just is, bro. And I'll deal with that Friday afternoon. I think this is it for the Bills. The Bills don't get it done this year, the window will close on them. If they don't get it done this year, the Bills, and I don't think they are, then I can see uh, Diggs on another team next year.
Mhm.
Because Diggs, I don't see him putting up with another year of not getting to the Super Bowl. I don't. I really don't, bro.
Mhm.
You don't know that how much you are in their heads, bro.
I don't. Apparently, it was much
You,
more than what I thought.
the Bengals fucked up the Buffalo Bills so bad that Stephon Diggs lost his mind on the sidelines
Yeah, he did.
and fucking chewed out Josh Allen, bro. And I said it when it happened. He's looking on the other side of the field in their conditions. And Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, Mixon went right through them like they were shit in the snow. And I don't think Buffalo's done anything to address that situation.
I don't. I
And
don't think they
and like I said about the Bills, Gabe Davis is the most important player on that franchise right now. Because if he's grown up and play like he did against the Chiefs 2 years ago in the playoffs, then Buffalo is in business. But if he's in and out every other week, you don't know where he is, then Buffalo's going to be Buffalo. They'll get to the playoffs and they'll find a way to lose. And then they're done. I mean, using Leslie Frazier as the scapegoat.
Mhm.
Now, that was pathetic, letting Kansas City drive in 13 seconds.
Yeah,
That only happens to Buffalo. You notice that?
right.
Only Buffalo that happens to. Again, Buffalo's inept. They can't get over the hump. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's crazy. When you look at Buffalo, you look at Miami. These teams are inept. I don't get it, bro.
right.
I mean, goddamn Miami. 3 playoff appearances since 2001, bro? Are you fucking kidding me?
And I gotta. I don't. Steve Ross can't be around Dolphins' success. I just don't see that happening. them being successful with Ross as the owner. Like, just I can't see it.
Oh man, Ross, I'm gonna kill him later this summer, bro. Uh, I don't get it, man. Miami, I don't know, man. I mean, I'm gonna say it on Friday. I got them winning the division. After that, who the hell knows with them, bro? Who the hell knows with them, bro? Seriously. I mean, I just think with them again, there's always it's I don't know. It's like you think they're good enough to compete, and then they just lay eggs, bro. It's been like that for a long time.
Right.
Now this team here, there's a reason why I'm picking them to win the division because they're the most talented team. I mean, nothing against the Jets because I like the Jets a lot, but I just think Miami is there. But for Miami to get to where their delusional fan base wants them to go, they're gonna have to run the football 60% of the time, bro. They have to run that football, and if they don't, then the quarterback is going to be a sitting duck back there, and then when he gets hurt again, uh, it's just a horrible look for them. But right now, I got them winning the division. After that, I don't know. Now, if they get Dalvin Cook, I think they'll win it. I'm talking about they. I think they'll be good enough to challenge Cincinnati and Kansas City to win the Super Bowl. Right now, I haven't picked the AFC team yet that to go to the Super Bowl because it's so goddamn hard, bro.
Right.
I mean, it's that hard.
I get it.
I mean, who the hell knows? Maybe the Chargers, who are the Dolphins' brothers from the West, maybe they'll get out of their ineptitude and get it done. I don't know. I like Dallas though in the NFC. I got a lot of pushback from Laurel, Miss Molina about that last. I got Dallas coming out of the NFC.
Yeah, Dallas, huh?
Yeah. I think the Eagles, I just can't see the Eagles going to 2 Super Bowls in a row.
Yeah, they're not going back.
And the 49ers quarterback situation right now is very shaky. And I think, let's say if it's Dallas and San Francisco, third time around, Dallas will finally beat them in the big spot in the playoffs. I don't see them beating Dallas three times in a row in the playoffs. I don't. And something I said last night, and Laurel, of course, was killing Dak Prescott, which to me is not fair. Michael Parsons is the Dallas Cowboys now. And Prince Pierre is right. Dallas is now a defensive team now, folks.
Yeah.
Their defense dictates where they go. Parsons is that great. Not good, that great. And I wanted him in the 21 draft. They took Waddle instead. And it's like I said last night. No, nothing against Waddle. Waddle is great, bro. If you heard what Rasheed Butler said, him and what's our boy, the DB, he's the Darius Slay's podcast yesterday. Oh man, this going on and on about Waddle. I forgot what I had up here last night. We was talking about this. That Waddle, I think, will have he told me Waddle will have a bigger year than Tyreek Hill. I could see that. Because Tua knows him better. But, the combination of that group is phenomenal. That's one thing Stephen A. Smith is right about the Miami explosiveness. But the point I'm making is Parsons, to me, right now, if he stays healthy, he's going to Canton, bro. He's going to Canton if he stays healthy.
Yeah, and that's what I like about the Cowboys. They got it on every level of that defense.
Just paid Diggs $97 million yesterday. So Trayvon Diggs is a very happy man.
Right.
I just think it's Dallas's time because I'm not picking Kirk Cousins to go to the Super Bowl. Seattle's a year away. And I think once Seattle gets their quarterback in next year's draft, Seattle will be ready to go. I think this is like when I look at Seattle for what they got in the Russell Wilson trade, they believe up there, and I do buy it. This is the new Legion of Boom, and these are the veteran play, the old guys saying this, not the young kids now. The KJ Wrights, the Richard Shermans. They believe this time they'll do what the first group of the Legion of Boom didn't do. The reason, Geno Smith is not Russell Wilson. What do that mean? Geno Smith, like Tua, like Kirk Cousins, when the coach tells them to do something, they're going to do it. That's why the Tuas, the Kirk Cousins, are coaches' dreams, folks. Head coaches, offense coordinators love the Tua Tagovailoas and the Kirk Cousins because they do what they're told to do. Okay? And that's good. When you have a quarterback that listens, pays attention, does what is asked for him to do, that's why I keep telling people Tua is not as bad as people say he is. He's not. I just think that there's a lot of haters out there, especially SEC guys who hate Tua because he blew up at Alabama. A lot of people hate Alabama. You know that down south. They're jealous of him. And, you don't hear them saying the same shit about Hurts, do you? And that's on mute. So
Now, what'd you say?
I said a lot of people hate Tua because of Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't hear the same shit what they say about Tua about Hurts.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't.
You don't. And I just think the difference between Hurts and Tua is that Hurts can run. He's ultra dimensional.
Mm-hmm.
Tua can't run. That's why Hurts got paid, and Tua gotta get a playoff when he gets paid. I said that last night. He wins one playoff game for the Dolphins, he'll get Jaylen Brown's money next spring.
My thing with Tua has always been the injuries. Can he get through a full season?
That's why I said, but I'm gonna talk about that on Friday afternoon. Can Tua? I don't want to hear, well, if Tua gives us 15 games, the fuck out of here. Play the entire season, bro. Play the whole season. Even if you tear your knee, like Phillip Rivers did in the playoff game against New England, he still played the championship game and played valiantly too on one leg. You play every game. Okay, I don't want to hear these excuses. But I'll save that for Friday afternoon. But I'm gonna have a good Friday. I got the Dolphins and the Bills in the same boat. I got the Chiefs by praise. Everything is like it's the same. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. So I'm gonna close up sharp here. I appreciate you coming up, man.
No problem.
You'll be up here tonight?
Yeah, I'll be up here tonight. I've been a little busy lately, but I'm starting to free up some time. Definitely be back around. Miss the family.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. It's Akuma, Fins, Nicer, Little Rock. Who else was in here today? Raven. You guys have a good lunchtime out there. Thank you for coming by, and I'll be back at I believe 8:15 to 8:05 tonight with the nightcap. Eagles, Seahawks. Who else I got tonight? Eagles, Seahawks, the Saints, and I believe the Seahawks, the Saints, the Eagles. I'm gonna have the Giants tonight because I didn't do it yesterday. I want to kill Daniel Jones. And the Rams. That's all tonight. Love you, nephew.
Love you too. You have a good day.
You too, man. Appreciate you.
No doubt. Appreciate you too.
You too. People in the clouds, thank you. Have a good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for being here.